Night, the show that likes Wesley Crusher more than Will Wheaton. I'm your host, Shane McCree, Proto Guy. Let's go around and introduce everyone else.
William Bush, Reploid Bill, here for...
Seth Lovell-Sario.
A lot of enthusiasm. Love it. Loving it. Loving the enthusiasm.
If you're being the host, that means I gotta take over your job of, I gotta play this game.
Somebody has to be a downer, yes. Today I decided to be the guy with the energy, so that's going to take over my usual monotone voice. It's fine. That's just how I am. It's hard to grow out of something that you've been for years, But today's episode, we're going to continue the promise that we've been saying for years now. We're going to complete this Final Fantasy legacy, and we are on Final Fantasy 13.
Woo! We're getting done!
We are so close. All we have left is
It's almost
13-2,
sick.
Lightning Returns, 14, and 15.
Only problem with 14?
And then we're calling it quits. Anything after this, we don't give a shit about.
No, we actually have an announcement of sorts when we get there.
God damn it.
But Bill will not tell you until we get to the end. So keep listening to our podcasts and be excited because Bill's going to leave that suspense there.
It really is kind of neat. We're gonna be expanding something.
Only problem I see is that I can help. I need a second person for 14 when we get there, and we only have one other person that can help me with it, and he's nowhere to be found. So I don't want to. I guess I'll be doing that one by myself.
No, because technically I got in on the beta for my with my PS4, so I got to play with it for a little while. I mean,
okay,
don't get me wrong, I didn't get as in depth.
Look, you guys did a 13-minute Final Fantasy 11.
That's
legacy,
because
so
that was.
I'm just telling you.
That was Nick talking more than me because I was like, I played it for 2 hours.
And that's what I'm getting at. So you two can
help me with that one.
I mean,
I'll talk
if
more.
he's
Well,
not
no.
here-
I'm just saying I can add to it, not by much.
Okay, that's
enough.
fine.
If he's not here, you guys.
I'll
have
do
something.
I'll do a majority of the talking. I play
Okay,
a lot.
well, regardless,
We're on 13.
into the format.
We're in 13, and basically, I was watching Bill playing it earlier. It's fucking fantastic. Love it.
First, we pick a version, Shane.
Well, there's been multiple versions. You got your PS3 version, your Xbox 360 version, and you got your PC version or Steam, because it's on Steam now. But did they release a PC version before Steam, or
more than likely?
More than likely, yeah.
Like since Final Fantasy, at least 7, there's been a PC version with every Final Fantasy game.
Well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and just point this out, that if you do have a PC that can play it, I would suggest playing it on the PC only because you can mod your character, you can do more than what you can do on the consoles.
Well, not just the modding, but at the same time,
it also,
usually with the PC, it looks
it's going to look
times better.
It's going to look better.
Console.
It's going to look better. But for me, in this case, since my fucking laptop can't play it, I can't run the fucking Witcher 1. You think I can play this game? No. I'm picking the PS3 version. Mobile?
I don't know. I figured we'd just, shout random shit.
No.
That's what we usually do.
No. God damn it. Now you got me saying mobile.
I won.
Okay. PS3 version for me. Reason. One disc. One disc is awesome. Over the 3 discs for the Xbox 360, I feel like that is the best version. If you're a console player, PS3 version. Bill?
Yeah, it's PS3.
Seth?
I only had the 360, but I know that the PS3 was better, so yeah.
It's only better.
One disc is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's that much difference. Like, you have to really be stretching it. You have to be one of those blowhard fucking floppy dick motherfuckers that's talking about the new Grand Theft Auto and the fact that there's more blades of grass on the PS4. Like, you have to be one of those kind of guys to really nitpick how different these games look.
They just released that game on the PC.
But did we really have
even more of a big deal?
Yeah, there's even more grass.
But did we really have to bring my dick into this?
Sometimes it's necessary.
I'm just saying, man, it's ridiculous. I get so tired of that.
But basically, the only reason why the PS3 gets the edge is because I don't have to continue switching out discs. It's a continuous play.
Yeah.
Only reason.
Now, if you are watching this on YouTube, you're seeing play footage from Final Fantasy 13 360, and the reason that you're seeing that is because That's what I recorded it on.
That's because you already know from our other podcasts, Bill has bitched about Sony for months now. Oh, probably almost a year now.
I will fix my PS3 when I get around to it. I'm in no rush because now I've got a PS4 coming in a month.
Yep.
So you know what? I don't even know if I give a shit anymore.
Right.
My PS1 and PS2 works. My Vita works and my PSP works.
Your PS4 should work. I haven't had an issue with it.
Yep.
Well, I was about to say, the only issue...
So, like, who cares, you know?
Well,
who really cares?
But
I was about to say, I come to find out what the issue with my PS4 was.
What was it?
Back when my boy was 2 and me and my girlfriend first got together, he put a fucking penny in the goddamn disk drive.
Oh!
Fun stuff.
That's what that rattle clinky clanky was. It's currently sitting at a place trying to get fixed, but the main problem comes down to a matter of, it's been there since, I got my phone fixed. That was, about a month ago now? I still haven't heard from the motherfuckers about, hey, we got shit fixed.
Well, guess what, listeners? We have another guy who just joined us. Go ahead and...
Scott, Action Jackson here. I was a little bit late. I had a few things to take care of today, so...
So, before...
Don't lie!
Your
You got
commercial,
caught in traffic trying to get a burger.
Your commercial's
That you
going to be
didn't bring me
featured... Your commercial will be featured in the newest Mutant League Football, actually.
Yeah, for the Action Video Game Talk show.
So, before we continue on, we were just at best versions of the game. Can you give us your best version? Because so far we're on PS3.
Yeah,
Okay.
PS3.
Excellent.
Okay, moving on.
Thank you. So, PS3 version obviously is the best version if you're a console player. That's the one we suggest you get.
So the first thing we do...
See it.
Yep.
So, now...
Wait, do you really need the cheat sheet for that? We've
Yes.
been doing this for how freaking long? First you see
Almost
it, then you
5
play.
years.
Yeah, first you see it, then you play it, then we do the
No,
story.
you're already wrong. First you see it, then you hear it. Then
Oh
you
yeah,
play
I
it.
forgot. We had to add the music category for Nick.
So
who,
yes, I'm using a cheat sheet because Seth already messed up.
I don't give a shit about how it sounds.
We did
It's
have
a
to
big
add
part
that.
of Final
It
Fantasy.
was-
I know, that's
yeah,
true.
we did have to add it. We weren't doing it for a long time, so
So,
we were messing up.
I'm
Yeah.
using a cheat sheet. Yes, I've been part of this. I'm one of the founding members of
We're
this.
almost at
but
7 years.
Yes.
You have a cheat sheet for the fucking
Yeah.
If
podcast.
anyone, I should be the one with the
I have-
sheet.
Which is sad. You know how I can gauge how long it is I've been at my job? I take how long this has been going and add a year. I'm not even cheating you.
No, it's kind of the same.
It's the same with me because I've
can't-
been at CAT for
At
almost 7.
Caterpillar, I started at CAT.
You've been there 5.
A year before that, I was at McDonald's, and I started this right before I hit management.
Yep.
Yep.
Because you've been at CAT for 5.
And I was a manager
In
for
September.
about a year and 4 months.
Yeah, I got 2
Yep.
years on you. Only reason why I know is because you came in the same time as my dad.
Yep.
So you guys been there 5. I got a couple years
Is
on
it
you.
sad
So
that that's
we are-
how we
we
measure
are-
time now?
Our shitty jobs.
We're awfully close to 7 years.
So, yes.
And you have a cheat sheet.
I apologize.
High five.
I apologize.
We're winning the internet.
Because Bill likes to add things and take things out. Sometimes it's hard to keep up.
Okay.
Somebody needs a
Anyway,
cheat
so
sheet.
now we
Okay.
see this bitch.
So, graphic-wise, I still...
Amazing.
It looks
Oh
great.
yeah.
The whole game looked like you were playing a CGI or some shit like
That
that.
is the one thing that I appreciated about the game is how it looked. And as far as I know, when they talk, the mouth moves with the words. That's
That I remember, yeah. I don't remember
Yeah.
that being
that's
like
a lot. Even in our 8th gen consoles, that's still you still see that sometimes.
It was the best
Yeah.
looking of the current generation of the time.
It was one.
I think he's right. RPG-wise, that might be the best looking that there was. There's only one thing I could put up against it, but it's a different art style.
It's also I have another game that graphically wise was better, but it's a different genre of gaming, and that's Metal Gear 4. The game looked fucking amazing.
Well, yeah, but that's because Metal Gears always look good.
Always.
I was
looked-
going to say RPG-wise, the only thing I would fight it with is changing the art style. I would say Blue Dragon.
Yeah.
of a more cartoonish.
That
But
looked
man,
like
this
that
came
looked like
out-
a.
Didn't this come out further from Blue
It
Dragon?
did, but
Yes.
Blue Dragon looked like a living anime to
I'm
me.
actually really good with dates. I know that 13 came out in 2010, and if I'm don't quote me, 2006 or 2007 Blue Dragon.
I'd say maybe more closer.
I was gonna say
seven.
Xbox 360
8 or
came out
7.
in 2005.
I was gonna say 08, but Bill's got the disc right there.
Is it? Please tell us, because I want to know if I'm
7.
7. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I was.
So 3-year difference.
I went over.
So
I
yeah,
lost on Price
it
is
would
Right.
look better because it's the best looking at the time.
So you guys got anything else with the
I
graphic
have
wise?
nothing negative graphically. I
Graphic
think
wise,
that
this gets a fucking
the
amazing.
spells look pretty good during in and out of combat. It looks good. All the scenery is amazing.
They
Like
can-
when you're walking on the crystal lake,
yeah,
river
Crystal
thing.
Lake.
even right here,
Even
as
though
we're watching it,
as you,
when they do the paradigm shifts, everything looks awesome. Like
even though this is a great
the lighting
area,
effects and
Yeah.
everything. is-
even though this is a
Exactly.
great area you're looking at, still looks good.
Well,
Yep.
even in the gray areas, every brick
Mhm.
seems to be defined. You could count
Yep.
the bricks in the background if you were so inclined. Like,
I'm not though.
it's
You can-
ridiculous.
Let's
Pause
zoom
it.
in, zoom in,
It
and
was-
zoom in,
yeah.
and
But-
zoom in.
It was
Yeah.
shockingly well done.
Even though if you I can't say the word for their summons. I can't say it. I don't know how to say it.
They used the same word in Final
Eidolon.
Fantasy IV, didn't they?
I think so.
Eidolon.
Eidolons or
Something like that.
some shit like
Even
that.
though a lot of
Eidolons
people
or
might-
something like that.
Even though a lot of people might think that some of them look stupid, they may look stupid, but they look
Okay.
good stupid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, graphically they look great. Artistically, not
No.
so much.
Yeah.
But graphically,
Sorry.
they looked great.
I
I
don't-
don't like the fact that
Shiva's
this
a bite.
is
I
gonna
didn't
sound
like that.
ridiculous. This is gonna sound really. I don't like the fact that I have to ride Shiva.
I'm all for that.
Not the way you do it though.
No, not the way
Yeah,
you
the
do
way
it.
you
want
do it,
you
not
want
so
a Shiva
much.
to be riding
Now.
you.
Yeah, it's different. You want a Shiva to ride you, Shane. You don't want to ride Shiva.
And technically, if you look how they look, they're not the most sexy ones we've had.
They're not the prettiest Shiva that we've ever
No.
seen. In fact,
10. In my opinion, 10.
nothing in this whole Final Fantasy legacy probably looks as bad as these summons do. Like every summon is very robotic and like the whole it's like this
They're
is
all
Final Fantasy,
vehicles.
the Transformers legacy.
Yeah.
So what you're saying? Like 10 had the best, more motion to the.
No, he said
Summons?
in terms of all the Shivas that there's ever been,
Oh, okay,
I kind of
never mind,
agree.
never mind.
10
I think
is the
Shiva
best.
looked the best in 10.
Like,
Yeah.
if they
I also really like her in 7, but
if they gave you a choice, if they're like, hey, you can date Shiva, which one from
probably
Final
my
Fantasy?
favorites
I'd
are
pick 10.
my favorites are probably 8 and 10 when it
8
comes
was
to
good.
Shiva.
I like how she came out of the we would explain that in our 8 podcast, I believe, where she came out of the ice and it broke.
Yeah, she would open her eyes and
Yep.
then she'd
Bust
break
out
out
of
of
that.
it.
Yep,
and all
I like
the
that.
snow
I hate to say,
down.
but when I hear the word Shiva, all I think about is the forearm person from Mortal Kombat.
Shiva.
Shiva.
It's a tragedy.
That is
Anybody.
not attractive. But
But she's
Gra-
got tits. Anyway.
Oh
Scott
my God.
Scott doesn't give a damn what it is as long as it's got tits.
Never mind.
Here you
Okay.
go. Here's Seth.
gosh.
Yeah,
He's
I
got
me some
tits.
tits.
Okay, back to
I,
this.
I
Okay,
think
back to this.
I think I'm down to about a B cup though, buddy. You better get to it before
But
I go.
graphic wise,
Okay, back to this.
graphic wise, all of us agree. No complaints. Looks great.
Yeah, really, really nice.
So after that, we hear it. Oh,
Musical score.
I don't like
sounds-
nothing memorable
There's
in my opinion.
parts of it that I dislike a lot. Like, okay, well, right, I just played this game for like an hour and a half, and while I was walking around, like the music, I just played this 20 minutes ago, and I don't remember the music on the map while I was walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
The battle music I remember a little bit.
No, I think the battle music is good.
Now
Yeah.
It's all that dun, 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 dun,
Yep.
I remember that.
That's
It sticks
okay,
in my
that's-
head. That's good.
Sarah's theme. I did like that song. In fact, I don't care what people think. That is your ringtone when you call me. Don't know why.
Wow.
I needed a ringtone for you, and I wanted
I
fun.
think
Maybe we
I
could
think we've
download
just-
another.
I think we've just found out something about Shane.
Holy
Anyway.
crap.
Latent homosexual tendencies,
But I'm trying to think here.
but I'm not. Just one.
Oh, I hate when you win a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lame.
Do 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 do.
That it. It's
Yeah.
lame.
What the hell
It's-
was that?
It's the lamest ending music.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just did it like,
What the hell is that?
It's lame. The worst ever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't care
there's
for that.
besides a few.
This is a low point for me in the sound department. Low as shit.
because you have a couple different.
But voice acting comes into the
Hearing
the sound areas too.
That's what I was about to say.
And the music during the cinematic, so.
And for what it's worth, the voice actors seem to be
good. I
they
mean,
seem
they were
to be good. I mean, they seem to be
here's-
trying with
they
what
showed
they
a lot of-
had.
They showed a lot of
about to say,
emotion.
here's the only problem I have with it. The voice acting for the cutscenes is awesome. The voice acting for battle gets obnoxious as fuck after the third time they go from green health to orange, and it's, can somebody help me?
No, continue dying.
Can somebody help me?
It'd be great after a while. They actually sounded like that. Help me! I'm dying. I'm like, wow. Mute?
No. It's just the guy from Austin Powers. It's like, can somebody help me down here?
Really
But,
badly burned.
Starting to smell like almonds.
Oh, hey, can you help me?
That was a
You shot me!
Yeah, this
great movie.
the sound department gets a low key.
Because there's only a
Yeah.
few things that we can remember, and if you can't remember at least a good portion of the.
If you don't remember half the music, it's a low point.
Can you
Yeah.
remember the title menu music? That's a no.
That's a no.
I think it's the same music that plays for Sarah.
I think
I
so.
think it is too.
I think so.
yeah.
I think
And I
that's.
had to think about that.
I
Yeah.
think that's the main.
Because I know
thing.
it's like normal. It's like just a piano melody, but yeah.
But yes, when it comes down to it, from the first Final Fantasy we started till now, music is probably the worst in this game.
Alright.
So,
However, in order to move along, now we gotta play the motherfucker.
and before we even say anything, I'm gonna let Bill vent.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead,
The
Bill.
floor is yours.
How does the game play?
Fucking kidding me with this?
Go ahead and vent. Go ahead.
I don't like that you have to fucking auto fight. I don't want to watch the fight. I want to fucking do the fight. I hate every fucking little thing about this game. I don't like fighting the etalons or whatever the fuck you're gonna call them because okay, you fight with snow. You have to fight the etalons. The way you fight them is you guard, and I guess the etalon is impressed or something. I don't know. So
That guy can really guard.
yeah, he can really guard. And then, like, they fucking turn into a bike and he rides them. And the summons are terrible. The summons are terrible. Because you're like, I'm going to use the summons. No, you don't actually use the summon. You, like, get on the bike. And then, like, a little bar comes up and it's like, fucking pick a move. And so you hit the button and then he's like, whee, and he, like, pops a wheelie or something. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. Final Fantasy 1 had better summons.
And they only appear on the screen for
They
a
had
few
no
seconds.
summons.
They didn't?
No.
My
One
bad.
has none.
But Bahamut is in the game, and I appreciate him more than
Okay.
Motorcycle Systems.
Regardless of what I just said, because I just sounded dumb, other older Final Fantasies, when they appeared on the screen for a few seconds, were more
Actually, in
impressive.
fact, here it is too.
Actually, right now
There's
you're
your
about to
snow,
see the
yeah.
fight with
Oh my
with
God.
the Shiva sisters, and you let us. I mean, comment. Let us know what you actually think about these guys.
It's so stupid, and it's not just this though. It's other things too. Like there's enemies that they change their weakness, and in order to hit them, if you wanted to just play the game, if you're like screw auto fight, I'm playing this like Final Fantasy. If you go down to your abilities to choose your abilities, first you have to Libra the guy. So blue, and you're like, okay, what are you? And he'll be like, I'm weak versus fire. So you pick 3 fires, bam, bam, bam. You shoot the first fire and he changes what he's weak against. Then you shoot 2 more fires and you heal him, and you're like, shit. So then you go back in, you Libra him again. You're like, okay, now he's weak versus ice. So you're like, ice. And then I'm going to do 2 fires just in case. So you're like, ice, fire. And then he's like, he heals twice because he decided not to change that time. But if you push autoplay, he'll be like, fire, fire. And then the guy, like, the computer just knows that it's about to change the weakness. So he'll be like, fire, fire, lightning. All 3 of them he was weak versus. Because the game just knows how to play itself. You don't,
Yeah.
but the game does. You have no actual control over the fight. You're watching a quick time event. Every battle is a quick time event. They're healing. Hit RB, down, hit A.
What happened to just pushing a button and attacking?
No, what happened to having a strategy?
See,
Actually having to think it out.
Well, here's where the problem comes down with 13. After thinking about it, 13 was literally created by taking the quote-unquote best parts of every other Final Fantasy.
I did hear that.
And
I've
fusing
often
them
thought
together.
that.
I didn't hear
Except
that.
they combined too much stuff.
Yeah, they took so much of the, oh, well, I hear people talk about this, let's put this in there. Oh, people talk about this, let's put this in there.
The whole waiting for your
Think about it. Lightning, Cloud, Zaz. Oh, well, Zaz also happens to be from 7. Barrett, Black
Really?
Man holding
Zaz?
guns.
Snow.
He's blonde-haired, blue-eyed. He's supposed to be beast as shit, but at the same time, he's always sweet with the ladies.
No, I know exactly who Snow is. Snow, they were trying to cop off fucking Sabin.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Sabin and
He's
Edgar.
a super powerful martial artist guy
Yep.
that's constantly kind of stuck on himself, but at least where Sabin, it was almost a joking matter that he was way stuck on himself. This dude is just irritating.
Yep.
And
I'm the hero.
Yeah.
Snow couldn't hold fucking Sabin's jockstrap.
And then it gets even
exactly.
further when you take Tidus and put him in the game, but
Yeah.
disguise him as Riku.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I've always put Vanille as the Tidus because
She is.
she's the narrator. Just like Tidus did in 10,
Yep.
she's the narrator. And that's the only reason, I mean, for me,
And she comes from a different, essentially, she comes from a different world.
Yep.
Yep, she...
1,000 years in the past, in fact.
Yep.
Yep.
A lot of you, sorry. Spoiler alert for those of you who ever want to play this game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
spoilers.
I wish I would have got a fucking spoiler alert.
Let's
just
see.
letting you
And then,
know.
of course, Fang would have to be...
Fang is...
Fang is pretty much anybody who's supposed to be military type. Like...
Fang is Kane. She's working for a weird, corrupt government. And in a way...
What character isn't working for
She's
a
not...
weird
Well, she's
corrupt
not
government?
necessarily brainwashed, but
Yeah.
she is.
Is that...
Later on, she'll be like, screw them, I need to help Vanille.
Is that
Yep.
why I was drawn to her?
Possibly.
Because I'm a big Kane fan.
Almost every character in this
Hope
game
is
was
literally
stolen
the only
from
one
another
that
game.
ever gives me any troubles.
Hope's
and
a
the only
hard
thing-
one to put. I mean,
The only one I could think of is he's the twins from 4.
No. Whiny, complaining. He's
No,
Squall.
no. Yeah, he's
Squall's
either...
I love Squall, but yes, he is a whiner for a good portion
No,
of the game.
he's a monkey chasing Ash.
No, he's not, because he's not doing that.
Well, he is in part 2,
You're
but
right.
we'll get to that later.
He's the downer character that doesn't say much, and when he does say something, he's usually crying.
Okay,
You know what the truth of it? You know what he is.
a kid who just lost his mother. Spoiler alert, once again.
He's another character you hated. Cries about
Yes!
Instead of crying about his daddy, he cries about his mommy
Cecil?
in a different way, but he cries about his mommy the whole game. He's irritating when he finally decides to talk. When he tries to be upbeat, it's a little too much upbeat. When he's a downer, it's a little too much
I
downer.
think Seth's about
Your favorite 10. Quit chewing on a pen cap and give out a goddamn name for tight ass.
Tidus.
You don't see it?
Oh, by the way, I actually have something down in my car that literally it's a green ball that says Blitzball on it. I keep
And
forgetting to bring it up.
And they took all kinds of
Give that to me?
of different
Fuck yeah.
things. Just
Yes.
even the story itself is wound together like that. But in terms of gameplay,
But if you're going...
And also the same thing with your summons. You pull up your summon, the rest of your team disappears, the summon takes over, the summon has a hit gauge.
just like 10.
Then you can hop on top of your summon and drive your little race car and fucking run people over and blow up
Okay,
smoke out
before
your
we
ass.
say anything, every character's summon is kind of like a vehicle. Except for Lightning,
they're
she
all
rides a horse.
Transformers.
She rides a horse because she gets Odin. So she rides a horse.
They all get cliches too.
Yeah.
The guy that's wearing a trench coat with the friggin' stocking cap and the big
Bandana?
combat boots.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean the Gambit wannabe?
Yeah,
He
that
gets a
dude,
motorcycle.
He gets a motorcycle.
Yep.
Zaz gets a low rider.
We're not
Yep.
racist
Like
here.
a hot rod low rider.
We're only
Yeah.
pointing out that Square Enix may be a little
Yeah.
racist.
Then
Fang
go
is your
further than
dragoon.
that.
She gets a jet.
Because she gets Bahamut.
She goes in the sky.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see. Hope is your
Vanille
healer.
is the only one I can't frickin' remember.
Then there's friggin', like you said,
Shit.
Odin. You get the horse for the lady that's essentially a knight.
And her name
Yep.
is Lightning, and what,
And guess what? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
then
the horse that she rides is the Final Fantasy X summon
Yep.
for lightning.
Yep.
and Hope gets Alexander
Which is
a
even more
castle.
ridiculous.
Castles
piece
are.
of shit.
I've always liked Alexander. I just want to point that out. I know what he is.
Gameplay wise, though, we gave him
But-
worse. You walk a hallway. The entire game is a hallway.
It is. Now,
And
anybody,
every now and then they try to act like they've changed something up where you're running
and there's a second
and there's
path.
a button you have to push. Beep.
Or you're running down the hallway and you happen to look at your map and you see it branches off.
Yeah, but the branch off is literally like it skews to the left a little bit and then goes back.
And there
in.
might be a treasure, and then you go right back to the main path.
Right.
Yep.
Now, a lot of people, gamers who've played Final Fantasy, realize that 1 through 9, you walked a world map.
Yep.
Then 10 came along. Now, 10 did hold your hand and walk you through the game.
But there was something more charming about it.
But
13. 13 seems too much hallway.
10 had a little bit more branching off.
Another
But-
thing that I feel is missing? Now this could be me, but I don't know. I don't think it's just me. At least in 10 you had some towns to explore.
Yes. Really.
In 13 you walk a fucking hallway. The whole game. There's not even so much as like you don't even stop in like a city and like walk around and talk to people. Nothing. You just walk the fucking hallway the entire
you got
game.
like a peddler standing on a hallway area.
You talk to somebody real quick about.
There's not even stores or anything like
No,
that.
the stores are the
save
save points.
point is the store
Save points
and the
is your-
level up thing for the equipment.
Well, that's a little bit handy. But
And for gameplay wise, there's a fucking level cap system. You can only get so strong, and then it caps your level and says, "Fuck on you."
Wait until you wait.
Here, you read, because those are the summons.
Okay. We already talked about Shiva and Odin and Bahamut and Alexander, but the two that I can't even say their names are the ones that Saz and Vanille get. Attempt it. Attempt those two. I cannot say.
Brynhildr
I don't know who.
and Hekatunishir?
here, let me see.
Those two we can't really say, and I don't know who gets who. Because I remember everybody's.
Yeah,
So except for Vanille's, I always
Sheer.
forget hers.
yeah. And sadly, because I'm in power saving mode, it's not like it's going to give me pictures and crap, which
Yeah.
kind of pisses me off.
But gameplay wise, I was disappointed as shit because I was excited for 13. I get my expectation. I get my hopes up. I have high expectations for Final Fantasy. Just like when
I've heard a lot of people defend this,
oh,
saying it keeps you on your
Brynhildr
toes
is Zaz.
because of having to change the paradigm systems. I don't think that's true.
Mm.
All
A
you're
lot-
doing
no,
is
I've heard
waiting. All you do is wait for the life to drop. Paradigm to medic. If there's a guy that you can't hurt, paradigm to
I've
synergist.
heard a lot of people praise the battle system, saying that it was a great idea. I've heard people say it is terrible.
It's like every character gets 3 or 4 jobs, but each job sucks.
Yeah.
The job system in this thing is a joke.
Pretty much garbage, yeah.
It's a joke.
The
Compare-
only purpose you have for leveling up all of the jobs is the fact that in each and every single job, you still get the bonuses of like HP, attack, and defense and random shit like
Right.
that to actually boost your fucking stats.
But coming
Which
from
once again goes back to it being a sphere grid type. However, at the same time, on
But
top
it's
of
a
it being
locked
a
sphere grid.
yeah, Well, that's what I was about to say.
coming
It's like
from-
a sphere grid. It's also kind of like a oh, what the fuck? It's kind of like materia, not exactly, but kind of. And then
I know,
at the
you're
same
stretching
time,
it with the material.
yeah, I know, just slightly. And then it's also kind of like a oh fuck. It's kind of like having JP and having to put it in like you're in tactics type. Like
But-
literally, you get the CP. Oh my god, that sounds like JP. And here's
yeah,
your
right of
here's
guy.
your bitchin' bike, literally.
But coming from games like 3 and 10-2 that use jobs,
Yep.
I mean, 1 did it. Jobs, you got to pick your job and then evolved and later in the game.
Yeah.
But like ones that you can switch out, I believe I know 10-2 is definitely one. I think 3 was one you can switch out. Those are the only 2 that are worth the fuck. I mean, 5 is an ass game, so we're not even gonna put it in there.
He hates 5 so hard.
Basically
Anybody.
but
What's
the job system is ass in this game.
When I tried Final Fantasy 13, I found it annoying as fuck.
Oh, I'm annoyed, and that's the next topic. I'll talk about the next topic. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm annoyed as hell about
Yeah,
that.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
for the most part, I was enjoying this game. And then I got to a part that just kept pissing me the fuck off.
Once again, my second part why I'm annoyed will come in our next topic.
Yeah.
But if nobody has
As
anything,
far as I'm concerned,
Yeah,
low key for all of gameplay.
right,
Yeah.
same here.
Yeah, for me, gameplay, it was annoying as fuck, and it's like, it
So
was shit.
let us move on to the next topic, which is story. Now, like I was just saying a second ago, the reason why I was annoyed was for 2 reasons. Reason 1, I did not understand what was going on unless I opened up the database, the data log, and read. Because the game, I'm sorry, there might be people out there who understand this, and I know there's people out there that did not know what the hell was going on. I'm one of them that did not know what was going on. So there were certain parts of the game I'm like, okay, I get what's going on.
Imagine this. Before you play Halo,
Okay,
you go and buy the Xbox.
Okay.
You buy Halo.
okay.
You're about to play the game, and I come up and I'm like, stop!
Okay.
This game explains nothing. And you're like, oh, fuck that. Then why am I playing it? Well, you're in luck. Read this novel. And I give you all 3 of the pre-books. Doom. Without these books, no matter how many times you play this game, you will not understand what's going on. Read these, then turn it on.
But people still played Halo, though, without knowing backstory.
Because Halo explained what the fuck was going on.
I understood
The
Halo.
first time the Covenant come in and they're like, that's the fucking Covenant. Blah, blah, blah. Don't let them get to Earth. Ooh, shit, I must be at war. Blah, blah, blah. They seem to think this is a religious artifact. Oh, fuck, so the Covenant, this is kind of a religious war. Now to go down on the thing. You're like, what is this ring exactly? Yeah, I'm kind of curious what the fuck it is, too. Explain it to me. And they're like, don't worry, we'll explain everything about this motherfucking ring as you play the game. Final Fantasy
Just
13.
kill some motherfuckers.
Final Fantasy 13, you're on a train, Lucia, there's a big overseer, it's the monster thing, you have a mark on your body, you need to fucking walk on a crystal lake, your sister turned to crystal, she's fucking dead, do you even care? What's going on?
Because you hate
What's
snow
going
because
on?
snow fucked her up.
Explain it to me.
Oh, and what makes it worse? There's 2 sequels.
And it happens that fast. It's that fucking random, that
Because
fucking fast.
Okay, I didn't know when I first played the game. It started on a train. I'm like, okay, I'm on a train. Why am I on a train? I don't know. I'm on a train. Whatever. I mean, Cloud, he rode on a train and started the game.
Yeah,
I didn't
okay,
question
yeah.
it.
Yep.
Hey, what do you know?
And until he jumped off the train, and you walked upstairs, and immediately they said, so we're really going to blow this thing up.
Now I know
Oh,
what-
fuck, I'm here to blow this thing up.
Now when they
I wonder why.
now
No.
the train
No.
Lightning
Yeah.
breaks out of her confinement, does some flippy crap, kicks those guys' ass. I don't know why she's kicking these guys' ass. Maybe because she's chained up. That's my guess.
Yeah, you thought she was a prisoner.
Thought she was a prisoner. I'm like, okay.
Nope.
Nope, I was wrong.
Maybe if you would have stopped and read the fucking 30 items in the data log before you fucking did the
But-
first scene.
But then the entire time you're playing the beginning of the game, they're talking about Sarah. I'm like, who the fuck is Sarah?
They're
Why
also
do-
talking about the Lassie
I'm like,
and the foul Lassie
yeah, they keep talking about stuff. I'm like, I don't know what
and
a
the
Lassie.
heroes and the Purge and Cocoon.
I made a guess on what the purge was. I'm assuming that's why I was on a train. A lot of people, robes, purging, that part. kind of got in a way, but then you're like, Sarah, I'm here for Sarah.
I thought I was
Sarah.
looking at some weird Holocaust type of thing at first. I was wrong.
And then when they kept bringing up Sarah, I'm like, okay, I know you guys are really into this Sarah. Who is she? Oh, and then when you finally get to
And
her,
they're like, here's Sarah. You like Sarah? You heard about Sarah? Well, she's fucking dead.
and then when she
Who
turns,
gives a fuck?
and when she turns to Crystal, Lightning, and I can understand why Lightning is sad because her sister, but though I could not still feel sad.
Yeah,
like,
why do I give a fuck?
I didn't know you. I heard about you.
That'd be like if every day I come in here, and every day I'm like, dude, fucking Joe is pretty sweet.
Dude, he has his collection of games blows everybody's away. He's a great fucking dude.
And I come in here and I'm like, dude, did you fucking hear about Joe? And you're like, what? Be like, that motherfucker last night did this and this and this.
And
And
then
you'd be like, oh yeah, I've heard a lot of stories about this Joe. He must be a pretty cool guy. Then I introduced Joe to you. It's been about like 7 weeks of telling you about Joe. I bring Joe in, he has a heart attack and dies.
and then you're all hurt.
And I'm
You're
like, oh fuck Joe!
And then you're like, do you come into the funeral? I'm like, no. And that's Bill getting pissed off, like, why aren't you coming to Joe's fucking funeral, you dick? I'm like, I'm sorry, I looked at him,
Yeah,
and he died.
I knew him for fucking 30 whole goddamn seconds.
I
I'm
cannot
sorry
feel
that I
sad.
Don't care.
I heard great things about him, but personally, I don't give a fuck if he died. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I heard great things about him, but personally,
Say, people die every day. I'm sorry to those who die.
it sucks.
I can't. It sucks. I can't feel sorry for you because I don't know you.
Yeah.
If you think I'm an asshole,
well,
so be it.
she's Joe.
Hey, Joe. But
Hi, Joe. Bye, Joe.
The second
who gives a
reason-
fuck?
the second reason why I'm irritated with this game, storyline wise, I did not complete this game. Though I got pretty far in the game, I could not complete it because somebody beat it in front of me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's.
saw almost the entire game in passing.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's ask him how he thought about the game. Oh shit, he ain't here. And that's Nick, by the way, if you guys didn't know that.
Yeah.
The lone deserter.
Oh man.
Wow.
You're getting harsh in here. It's true.
I'm
he's
sorry,
not-
after what he
hasn't
told
been-
me
he
last
hasn't
week-
been here for a while, and I think he's burnt out. I don't know if he's coming back. I'll be honest with you. So we'll just put that out there right now. I don't know if Paladin's going to be in another episode for a while, but
He ruined the game for me and Bill. I mean,
easily.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually put myself in that for Bill.
I'm not going to say
I
I'm not
was
going to say
playing-
something bad. Everybody has hard times. He was staying at our place at the time. But he literally played this game from the moment he woke up to the moment he went to sleep
When I woke,
in the living room.
when Bill woke up to go to work, he was playing it, and yes, I was playing it. When Bill came home, I was at work. He was playing it. When I woke up from sleeping, he was playing it. When I got home from work, he was still playing it.
I was
Yeah.
working 14 hours a day
I was working,
Literally.
and I was just working your normal 8.
because the place I was at was a joke. The McDonald's I was at, we only had 4 managers, and we were a 24-hour-a-day store. We did not close. So in order to give managers a day off, every manager in the store would work double shifts.
Yep.
So
2 managers a day. I would come in and work 14 hours. The next manager would come in. The guy that I let off of work would come in and take the job from me.
So he played. Let's just say he spent. I'm gonna say weeks. Well,
I
no,
s-
yeah.
I especially
Yeah, I
like
was
when
there around this time, and yeah, I think it took him like.
No, I think it took him a
Maybe-
week. I'm gonna say
No,
because he
I'm
played
gonna
so
say-
much.
I'm gonna say it took him about a week and a half.
Week and a half.
Yeah,
Good.
week and a half.
We'll put it there.
Yeah, because he farmed turtles.
Yeah,
We'll put it there. A week and a half to beat this game. But you're also
it's
talking
not
about.
a joke.
When you get to the open world, it's a fucking circle.
But you're talking about
Yeah.
him waking up at like noon, 1 o'clock, playing it until he went to sleep again,
At like 2, 3 in the morning.
and repeating process for a week and a half.
Yeah.
And even though I was sitting in the same living room, for a while we were keeping up with each other. But then I'm
You
sorry.
stopped to watch football
Yep.
and
The
sleep.
The football season
And work.
kicked in, and you pretty much quit giving a shit like you do every year.
I am a big football fan, which people probably already know that.
Yep.
He
So-
was in the process
And so
of
am I,
waiting for a
just don't
call
have
back.
TV.
He was waiting for a call back so that he could go to work, and during the time that he wasn't working, He just played that game. Woke up, played, went to sleep, woke up.
And
played.
it got bad because there would be times if I had the day off or Bill had the day off, and I knew Bill was up when I got off work, he would be in his bedroom. Though we have company over, and you usually want to hang out with your company, even though
I was tired of seeing that fucking
he got
game.
tired of seeing the game, so he practically locked himself in his fucking room so he could avoid. Because I remember,
Because I wanted a chance to play the game at some point
because we were
in my
excited.
life.
Me, him, and Greg even went to the midnight after work to pick the game up because we were super excited. Bill could not start the game.
Yeah, for me, going to a midnight, that sucked too, because I had to be back to work in 4 hours.
He could not play the game. He bought it. He's like, awesome. Put it on his shelf. I'm gonna play you when I get off work. But then that was around the time that Nick was there. So Nick played it. I played it right when I got the game, obviously. Like I do all my games. I play them right off the bat.
Yep.
And I played it for a while, and I was liking it, confused as shit. But I was like, I'm gonna give it a chance. But then, if any of you who've played 13 knows, I made it to Grand Pulse, the open world part. I'm using air quotations, by the way.
I thought you fought that big guy that's like a real giant pain. No, okay.
No.
Greg beat that for you, so you did get past that, right?
He was a weird lion-looking thing. I remember he was. It's hard to explain. He was the leader of Cocoon.
You couldn't paradigm shift quick enough. You didn't.
You talking about the part where I got pissed off, where it's literally like this scientisty fucking churchy dude, where literally you have to because that's the part in the story that pisses me off, is because I got up to that point, he literally kind of lays down all the gaps between them talking and you attempting to read and getting through 3 paragraphs and being like, I can't take this shit, and fucking throwing it away. And literally he kind of fills in all the gaps, all of a sudden turns into a monster, you fight him, and then immediately after you fight this motherfucker, you bust your ass to beat him. As soon as you're done fighting him, you immediately have to try to get the fucking summon for Fang.
And it's still not as bad as 2 worms.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
And an army.
If anybody's ever played that Xbox 360 game Lost Odyssey, when me and Bill played it, the first boss was a cakewalk. The second boss of the game should have been the final boss, in my opinion. You fight a worm, you beat the worm, you're like, okay,
dude,
bitch.
No, not okay. The worm was hard. Worm is hard as hell.
The first worm I didn't have a problem with. It's the second worm that comes out, and he already has his special already ready to go, and he fires at you and kills me. And I'm like, bitch!
Then, if you get past the 2 worms, you're fighting thank God! It takes you into a storyline, and then a bunch of soldiers rush you, and you have to fight an army.
And then you fight the army. And you're like...
And you're almost dead because of the 2 worms.
And after that, after you get past that part, a more storyline. And you're like, oh God, let me save.
Yeah.
Let me save.
That whole part of that story, I wasn't paying attention because the only thing on my mind was, let me save, let me save, let me save.
I don't even know what happened.
It's still storyline. I was paying attention a little bit, but most of my mind was get to that save point. Save this shit.
It's all I was looking for.
Because the third boss of the game, no problem.
He's
I'm like,
a joke.
I'm like, why is number 2 so hard?
A lot of fiber.
Who works for number 2?
Technically, that's no fiber. But anyway.
Who works for number 2?
But no. Like I said, so you fight the scientisty churchy dude. Then you immediately have to turn around and fight fucking the summon for Fang. That's the part that pissed me off, because I would finally beat that motherfucker, turn around and try to fight Bahamut for fucking 6 tries, and then finally be like, fuck this, and turn it off.
Once that
you now have to redo the exact same fight.
Once that guy's done, they drop you into Grand Pulse.
Well, hold on. It gets even worse.
That's where I stopped.
Because the entire game, because we're still on gameplay, why is the entire...
We're on story.
No, we're on story, sorry. Yeah. Story. I'm sorry, but Final Fantasy 13 is not fucking Pulp Fiction. Get over your goddamn self, put your game in order, and let me fucking play it. I want to play day 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and I want to know who the fuck Sarah is when she goddamn dies. Not 22 hours after she's dead, I finally seen day 4, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess it is a little sad. Maybe if I ever play this game again, I'll give a fuck.
Yeah.
And now that we know what happened to her, now when you restart the game and you see that happening, like, okay, now I give a shit.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Slight.
But only by about 50% more.
50%.
Because I still don't give
Which
a
was
fuck.
already at like 5%.
Because I already know what's going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking told me Eris was going to get stabbed in the back through the stomach. Nobody warned me. I had no fucking idea. I was playing the game and it was like, dead. And I was like,
Phoenix down! Phoenix down!
I was like,
It may not have
shit.
been. It may not have been the biggest impact like Eris, but when Lavitz died in Legend of Dragoon,
I wonder if you gave a fuck because maybe, I don't know,
I
you
played as
knew
him.
who the fuck he was.
I knew who he was. I
Yeah.
got to play as him. I got actually good
Like
with
if
his.
they'd have been
special-
like, if they'd have been like, just wait till you meet my King Lavitz. Lavitz is a great
Albert.
guy. He's really cool. He's a great guy.
Lavitz
Yeah.
is the knight.
Fucking yeah, but,
Albert
yeah.
is the
Like,
king.
what if you didn't save Lavitz? What if you just heard about Lavitz from Shauna, and then all of a sudden in that field or something like that where he dies, he just shows up like, oh, I'll fucking do something about this, and you're like, who's this cool guy? And he's like, I'm Lavitz, and then he's like, dead,
I wouldn't have gave a fuck.
and you'd have been like, oh fuck, that cool guy died.
I wouldn't have gave a fuck because
Oh, well, shit. They killed
Playing-
the cool guy. I guess
playing
that means it's
hours
going to be
like I
hard.
said, I heard a lot of great things about
Don't
him.
you? But playing hours into that game with Lavitz and getting the gust of wind dance down with him perfectly, and then watching him die, I'm like, no! And then they replace you with Albert. I'm like, okay, copycat. You're using Lance too. You got the same moves. But then the first fight you start, he goes, he fucking charges like he's too fast. I was
Yeah,
used to the
he
slower guy.
screws you up real bad.
I was like, I'm sorry. I like Lavitz more than Albert. What? You should have got stabbed in the heart. Let me keep Lavitz. He was cool.
I don't like the presentation of the story. I don't like the story. I don't like that I have to read a fucking novel to understand the story. I don't like that the entire fucking game is told in a goddamn hallway.
It's not a good Final Fantasy, but it is not the worst.
And let's
Every
see
character
here.
is unbelievably fucking cliche. The story, the way it progresses is unbelievably cliche. Like, it's unbelievable. It's like they fucking went to a high school and it was fucking career day or some shit, and this dude was like, I write for Final Fantasy. Does anybody know what Final Fantasy is? And all the kids were like, yeah, the game's fucking sweet as shit. Would you like to one day write for Final Fantasy? And they were like, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Well, you're in luck because Square Enix, not only am I here because I'm here to talk to you guys about Career Day, but Square Enix has offered that if you guys want to write up some characters, we might feature one of them in the next Final Fantasy.
Oh,
And all the
sir,
kids were like, holy shit.
sir, I have a character already in mind. It's a kid, and he's super whiny because his mom dies in front of his eyes, and the guy who tried to save his mom, he believes that it's his fault that his mother died, and so he joins the team only to try to kill this guy, and instead of trying to kill him, he just whines about it until he finally gets an opportunity to kill him, and he doesn't go through, and then they become friends.
And then the next kid would be like, I just think they should put Cloud in another game. And then one of the girls is like, I'm so fucking tired of hearing about Cloud. Big sword overcompensating motherfucker. And the Square Enix guy was like, Cloud as a chick. Brilliant.
Yep.
What about, to keep it not from us being racist, let's just throw a black man with an afro and guns.
Yeah, and then they were like,
Yeah.
And a lowrider.
we don't want to be racist, so we need at least a black guy. And then fucking, I don't know, I guess Japan doesn't have many black people. They don't have very much association. They could have at least watched like 2 American movies or something.
Oh,
But
they
were
did.
like,
They probably watched Shaft.
yeah, they were like,
Yeah, they probably watched Shaft and
They were like,
Undercover Brother.
how do we make a fucking black guy? And they were like, fucking give him an afro, gold guns, and fucking he gets a lowrider.
They can drive a hot rod.
Yeah, and
But give him some Jedi boots so he at least seems
and make sure
semi-white.
that out of every single person in the group, he's the one with the most broken English. Brilliant.
Yep.
Love
Fucking spot on black character.
You
Good
kid.
job, Final
it.
Fantasy.
You kids, you have a career at Square Enix one day. Thanks for your help.
Like I just can't fucking understand
And
how
then
it
that
could
dude
be
went
so
back
bad.
and it was, Simmons, You almost done with that story? Yeah, boss, I should have it done here in about 2 days. Story's done.
The only character
Then they gave it to the head executive, and the head executive was the only dude that actually bothered to read the script, and he was like, I gotta be honest, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. And they're like, oh, but we got that covered, sir. Every time you do something in the game, we're going to have this guy who's a good writer fill in the gaps with written text that if they want to read it, they can.
And
in case it gets too confusing.
So, to understand the story, instead of them explaining it in the game, you have to go into the data log and read it.
They're like, hey, we want kids to read, sir.
Because we're behind schedule, I'm going to let this go through. But I'm going to tell you something. We're going to get a lot of crap for this.
I just don't get it.
But
then fast forward to. And now, Square Enix's big reveal. Final Fantasy VII.
Roll the footage from 1997.
The PC version.
Dude, that I still think that because when I first read that Final Fantasy VII coming to the PS4, I read it and I looked again. I'm like, is it finally happening? And then I watched it and I was like, fuck.
It's funny because there are people that are clapping like they're not 100% sure if they should be. And then there's people, if you watch it real close, there's this one dude that's clapping, and he looks kind of confused, and there's a woman, which I'm guessing from the vicinity she's standing, she might be his girlfriend, and she's looking at him like, don't fucking clap for this. She just has this look on her face like, what the fuck are you doing?
Basically, when you seen Final Fantasy VII appear on the screen, the room exploded.
Well, like the logo,
like anybody else would, because you're thinking, okay, we're in the 8th gen consoles. You're bringing up 7 again?
We're getting the remastering we wanted.
Everybody, we're finally getting what we want. And then
you do get a remaster. It'll be on the PS4. Enjoy it.
And then when they show you the footage, everyone was like,
No, it's not.
The fuck?
Everybody's seen the footage and like, hey, we played that in 1997.
Yeah, as soon as they rolled the footage, all of a sudden the clapping stops. And you can literally feel, even though you're watching it on YouTube, you can literally feel the air leave the room.
I promise you, if there were crickets in the fucking stand, you would have heard them. You'd have heard the crickets.
No, them motherfuckers would have died because they're living in a space vacuum.
There were still some people clapping, but it was really awkward at that point. Like, half the clapping stopped. And there were people, you could see it on, like, you can look it up, like, Final Fantasy VII reaction memes. Online, they took pictures of the audience, and audience members are like, what the fuck?
The Sony representatives was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, when he went off the stage, so the trailer plays, and he's like, they're excited, and then he's like, the clapping started to kind of stopped. And you look out, and he's like, he pierces from the curtain, he's like, guys are pissed.
Guys, they're pissed.
They are pissed. This was not a good idea.
So they tried to act it off. They tried to be like, the real big news here at Sony is that Final Fantasy X will be coming for the PS4. Like the next day after the press conference where they said, we've got big fucking news. Final Fantasy VII. And everybody was like, get raped. And then he was like, Final Fantasy X is coming out for the PS4. Like, they thought they could just dodge it. Like, everybody would talk about 10 and they could just act like they never did that.
And that's when they're like, don't get raped. Just go away.
But then get the shit done right, then come back.
But you know that if they ever try to do that again, when they're like, everybody, I introduced you, Final Fantasy VII. He's going to, like, wait, and everyone's going to be like this. No one's going to clap like, no. 4-1. Shame on you.
I remember what happened last time, man.
Then they'll roll the footage from the end of Final Fantasy Crisis Core.
Then you will have audiences throwing shit on stage.
And then they'll be like, and then when they come back out, and he's like, so, there's Final Fantasy VII? And people are going to, eventually
nobody's going to be in the crowd then.
Well, at least some people will, and they'll be like, question, why?
No, question, what the hell were we thinking?
Can't you just make the game that people have wanted since you showed the fucking tech demo back in 2006.
That's what started all this problem.
Yep.
You teased us. What you did is you showed us what it was capable of on the PS3. You showed it to us. You teased us with it, and it's been almost 10 years since you showed us that. And you have fucked us in the ass with a 3-pronged laser-guided dildo gun. Flugengeheimn.
They'll probably do it again this year at E3.
And you expect us to be happy about a game I've already played in 1997.
Well, but here's proof of how awesome the storyline is for 13. We literally just went on like a 10, 15-minute tirade.
Because who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie,
Exactly.
it didn't keep my attention. The story's awful. So, our last topic to end this podcast, we're going to rate it now. And we're going to go around and we're going to start with Seth. Go ahead and rate it.
2.
2 out of 5. Okay.
It's not terrible, but it's definitely not fucking great.
Seth, I'm sorry, Seth. You already said it. Scott.
Yeah.
Go ahead and let me...
When I was thinking about what to rate this, at first I was thinking a 0.1.
That would be the lowest rating. And I'm sorry.
I was thinking
No,
because
because
there
I said I
are
was
worse
thinking
Final
that at
Fantasies
first.
than this.
I was thinking that at first, but now it's like, okay, it looks good.
It looks great.
It sounds okay. To me, it sounds okay.
It's okay. For you, but for all of us who've played multiple ones,
So-
it's weak.
So instead of doing a 0.1, I'm just going to go 1.
A 1. Bill, why don't you go ahead? I want you to...
1.
1?
I could have the exact same experience looking at pictures on the internet. I turn on my Windows Media Player, hit play on my music list, and look at lightning pictures.
Boobies!
No, I'm not even talking about that. I could just look at pictures and I would get the exact same thing. I'd be like, this looks good.
I can't remember if I rated a Final Fantasy lower than what I'm going to give it. I probably did. But because this isn't the worst Final Fantasy, that all goes all to Final Fantasy 2 and 5 and 12. They all
I'll bet you, unless you give it a hell of a score, I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be lower than Final Fantasy 2.
You think so?
I'm going to check.
I'm going to give it a 2. And the reason I'm giving it a 2 is because, like I said, it looks good. It's got a few good... I mean, the music is not... it's not great, but it's not memorable. Everything else about it's awful. So...
Nobody cares about you. This game officially has a $1.50.
1.5.
This game is worth $1.50. That's it.
This game...
Is like, what, third to last on the list?
Hold on.
If not second to last?
You see, it's a 1.5, right?
Yep.
This game... God damn it. It just got lower than Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, Final Fantasy 12,
Jesus.
Oh my
What was 12 again?
1.64.
Barely. Ugh.
Damn.
That
Oh
means
my
that
God.
that means I want to play 12 more than 13.
I can't fucking... Oh my God.
Is it the worst one?
It is the
Yes.
worst game on the Final Fantasy Legacy.
Well,
It is the
Oh,
worst
for now.
game
Well,
on the Legacy.
as of right now, but like we said, we're going to continue to finish this legacy.
Yeah, we gotta go through
So,
X2.
The next
X3,
one will be... the next one we do
13-2.
will be 13-2.
And Lightning Returns.
So, join us next time for another crappy one. Excelsior.